All right, so today we're going to be doing something, well, I mean, it's kind of exciting to me. Is it exciting to anyone else? Maybe not. As most of you guys know, I have a 71 GTO convertible that I've been restoring for way too long. And unfortunately, no, it is not done yet. But I'll show you guys where we're at. And here it is. So it's on the ground for the first time in I don't know how long. Not on these dollies. And as you can see, the entire interior is in complete. Red motor trans, of course. The only thing that still needs to be done is the top has to get done and paint. The reason it hasn't painted yet, I mean, the door jambs and everything, I think I might have showed this before, but let's take a quick open of the doors here. So the door jambs and stuff are all painted. So the car is basically ready to be painted, and it's just been too busy. I'm trying to get it done, but this comes up, that comes up. You know, it's too hot, etc. I was having some issues with my S10, which seemed to eat up a lot of time. I had a misfire, number 7 cylinder misfire, which of course I never filmed any of this, but and also because it was pretty frustrating. I ended up, long story short, I changed pretty much everything, swapped coils, swapped injectors, injector plugs, all kinds of stuff. Pulled the motor, took the head off, took the piston out, thought I heard a piston, put it all back together. It still seemed to be misfiring, and then it basically kind of just went away. Now I'm thinking that I may have got some bad gas, and I'm not sure how the bad gas would cause one cylinder to misfire, but I know they say cylinder 7 is the one that's the leanest, or the one that, you know, burns up the most. So I'm assuming that maybe it has something to do with that, is what I'm thinking. It seems as I've put more gas in it, it kind of like, after I put the motor back together, it was kind of like misfiring, then it would stop and it would go away, and then it would just come back when it was idling, stuff like that. And now the last time I drove it yesterday, it didn't misfire at all. So I'm hoping it was just the bad fuel. Earlier in the summer, I had filled my Jimmy with gas, and there was, I think, to about, say, 10 gallons of gas. There was like a gallon, or maybe not quite a gallon, maybe half a gallon of water in it. And so obviously they had a bad batch of gas over there. And I also put gas in the S10 around that same time, so I'm kind of scared that's what it was. But anyways, so yes, lots of excuses. Why? I have been working on the car, doing little things, getting this done, that done, etc. I was waiting on this bushing kit for bushings that go in all these different joints. There's bushings. I was waiting for that kit forever and ever, and it finally came in. So then I did that. But as you can see, this top still needs to get put on, which is not, the top is whatever, because it's convertible and the top's always going to be down, you know. So that's the last thing I'm really concerned about. But anyway, so today what I want to do is I want to take the Nova out. I want to take the GTO out, which means driving it for the first time in 10 years. Driving it meaning backing it out of the garage. I don't know if there'll be any other driving. You know, it doesn't have headlights or anything, obviously, but I could technically drive her down the street, but we'll wait and see if it makes it out of the garage. And then I want to wash the garage floor because it's filthy, and I also want to wash this car. Like, I want to wash underneath and in the engine compartment and stuff, because it's, you know, dirty and dusty from sitting. Oh, that's closed. From sitting, so I need to get all the dirt and dust and stuff off it, because I can't paint it, you know, or I don't want to paint it when the car is all dirty and it might kick up dust, right? So yeah, you guys will get to see the car drive for the first time in over 10 years probably, so let's do it. get it in position of backing it out, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to screw around with doing a bunch of back and forth and back and forth. I just want to back it out. But I've had it running and it doesn't seem to overheat or anything. So yeah, we're gonna back it out for the first time it's moved under its own power in a long time now, it seems like. Yeah, so it's kind of exciting. She's outside. Look at that. And it drove under its own power. That's pretty cool. Carb's not really set. That's probably why I didn't start good, because I don't think I have the choke set up good. It's a stock Q jet on there, so. But there it is. It's outside. I sure hope it comes down in the rear. I mean, it's got lowering springs all the way around, and the front sits really good. The back, not so much, but the back bumper's not on and stuff. That'll add a little weight, but maybe they just need to settle because they don't have weight sitting on them like the front does. Other than that, yeah. So now we're gonna give her a wash. All right, now that I got the cars out, I am going to just clean the floor, which I'm already starting to do. Just basically water, and maybe I'll get the pressure washer too, and that'll help. But squeegeeing it out, just trying to get all the dirt and crap out. I've got this stuff I put on the oily spots. I don't know, kind of sort of worked, but I don't know if it's the greatest stuff. But yeah, we're gonna get this cleaned up, and then once I'm done cleaning the garage floor, then I'll move on to the GTO, and then I'll film some of what I'm doing there. All right, so the floor is clean. Just let that dry. Now we're gonna start with washing up the engine compartment. So, you know, it's pretty dirty, dusty from sitting. So we'll give her a good wash. Hopefully I can do this without getting the camera wet and without getting inside the car wet. Cords all tangled up. God, I hate cords. I hate cords. I hate hoses. Hoses and cords. Hate them. So it's all nice and clean now. Mostly it was all just dust, right? So pretty good. Next thing we're gonna do is jack the front up, and I want to clean like underneath the car too. I didn't realize I left the camera running while I was doing that, but anyways, so I got the wheels off so you can see inside how everything is brand new, every single part basically. Big Corvette brakes, all the bushings and springs and shocks and all that stuff. So obviously same on this side. So yeah, I'm just giving all this a clean. I mean, it needs to get cleaned because it's dirty and it's all new. Plus it needs to get cleaned because I don't want any dirt, dust flying up from any of that stuff when it's time to paint it. So yeah, just gonna continue doing this and then do the front, and then I'll jack the back up and do the back too. Well, I forgot to film anything, but here I took the back wheels off, got it up on stands. Alright, you can see there's some overspray I'll have to take care of, but you can see all in here. The undercarriage. Just, yeah, soaped her up and so I got her all washed up underneath. Of course, it doesn't look any different, but it is all clean underneath, which is nice. I mean, even not just because, you know, I want to paint this thing, but yeah. So I'm gonna give it a little light wash. Just, I won't use the pressure washer, just to clean the dust off the body too while I'm at it, which I won't bother filming because I know it's probably boring. Video is not really going anywhere. I wanted to share the experience of the first movement of the car in a long time. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a wash and then I'll pull her back in the garage and then we'll finish up the video there. And I don't know, maybe the next video time you see it, it'll be painted or getting painted. Or I'll be honest with you, one of the reasons why I haven't painted it yet is because I'm scared to paint it. Not because I don't think I could do the job, it's more because I'm scared that it's not going to turn out good. So then I sometimes think, who cares? Because if I painted it, and even if the paint or the bodywork wasn't, you know, perfect 100%, I mean, I did do it in my garage. I'm not a professional, and I could be driving it and enjoying it. Instead, it sits in the garage while I, you know, ponder how to, you know, make sure that it turns out good. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what would you do? Would you just paint it and say whatever? Would you, I don't know, procrastinate over it for another year and try to find, you know, I don't even know, or leave it in primer and just drive it? I don't know. You guys let me know. Thought I would show you guys something that most of you probably know, but if you're not into painting cars or whatever, a good way to know when you got your car at this stage if it's going to look good or, you know, be super wavy or dense or anything is to wash it. So when we wash it and get it wet, and then we look along the side, I don't know how well this translates, but you know, you can see that it looks pretty good, pretty straight. And then you just keep, and if you give it a good wet and you look down the side, that really tells you, you know, how it's going to look when it's painted, because, you know, when it's flat primer, it's hard to tell, but when it's got shine on it, like even at least the water, like even from here, you know, I can look and go, come on, you know, it looks pretty good, right? So I'm definitely going to do that, obviously, on the whole car, and maybe that'll give me a better idea or make me feel better about getting this thing painted already. I really got to do something with that door, bring it up a little bit. It's a little on the low side, or the fender's a little on the high side. That's going to have to be adjusted, but after doing what I said, like looking at it wet, it actually looks pretty good. I don't know. Maybe, maybe I'm just overthinking it. The quarter panel on the passenger side, this car had been in an accident like way before I got it. And, I had to do a bunch of stuff to fix it. And I put new quarters on this car, and they don't sell convertible quarters. They only sell two-door hardtop quarters. So that's an issue when you're putting new quarters on it, and et cetera, et cetera. But, yeah, it looks pretty good. So hopefully we'll be getting ready to paint this thing up soon. And then I have the paint and all the materials. I just have to, mask it off and give her a spray, which, it doesn't have a roof on it, so it won't be that big of a job to paint it. So we'll get it back in the garage, and that'll be that for today. I don't know if it could be wet. I also washed the engine a whole ton just now, or earlier, so it could just be that the engine's wet, or the choke is sticking. Like I said, the carb has been kind of and I've been playing around with it, so maybe it just needs some carb adjustments. But that's it. She runs and drives, and I just drove it in the garage, and that's cool. Just needs a little more tuning to get her running good. Carburetors, I really tempted to put fuel injection on this, thinking about maybe one of those Holly Sniper EFI, goes on where the carburetor was kind of deal. Maybe one of those. That might be better, for this thing. It's not really a race car, it's just a cruiser, so just want it to run nice. But that's it, guys. That's it for this video, and maybe the next GTO related video will be painting, or it'll have paint on it, or I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, check you later.